All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the final map now between L4Org and Cloud9. The winner of this is going to get to move on into the series. L4Org surprised at the beginning with an upset against Cloud9 on Nuke, of course, with this new roster. It was always possible that it would happen. This roster also upset against Hiko's team earlier in the open qualifier, managed to push past them. So now it's come down to this, their third and final map. It is going to be on Cash, so really considering it's NA, this is probably this team's best chance to complete the upset against Cloud9 and try to push past them. We are going to be going live right now, and we'll get to see who gets the early start advantage. Will it be Cloud9, who currently have a 4-for-4 pistol record, or is it going to be L4Org to finally pick one up themselves here on Cash? Predictions here, little man?
I think C9 will close it out like 69, probably.
69.
Alter has a Deagle here, so Deagle armor.
They gave him the super raid boss buy. Usually it's the Tech 9 or the 5-7 if you're on CT side, but it doesn't look like it goes too well. Gets out-aimed by Tarek with a USP in mid, so down will go that Deagle. They are going to be able to recover it into the hands of Aesthetic, so he's going to have that one to play with too. See if he's going to have any better luck than Alter. No, they're just getting wrecked by players from Cloud9 all over the board right now. Finally, they catch a player overextending. It's Stewie. No surprise to find him lurking out of aiming. That tends to be his spot on this map. And Swag also getting a long-range headshot. It's like the third one so far in this round alone. Taking down Hydrex, so it leaves only 2 up and running here for the L4Org roster. Raz and T. Connors, and another long-range USP headshot from Tarek this time. So now it's just completely on to T. Connors here, as there's not a whole lot he can do, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's got a full minute to try and pick them apart, so he's just going to play slow and make them push into him and catch them on their mistakes.
And indeed, he'll be hanging out back over here inside of the squeaky approach right now. Trying to wait it out and see if he can catch any of the members of C9 going outside of this door instead. But they're already paying attention to it, specifically Rush. You can see right beyond the door there is waiting. He's going to be out in the open, but doesn't matter. He misses the first opportunity. Does get the kill onto the player right by A main, though, and that's Tarek. So at the very least, is able to move forward. Fakes the plant and trying to get the second kill, but unfortunately will be taken down by Skadoodle, who peeks out from the CT direction there. Takes him down, and Cloud9, once again, keep that pistol record flawless. 5 for 5 now so far in this series.
Yeah, I was surprised he actually expected Tarek to be there. That was super aware by him.
But ultimately, now they have to look for that second round upset since they didn't get the plant there. So, pretty typical force into the second round here. 4 Deagles and a CZ for Raz. No scouts to be seen. Even have a smoke in there as well, so they can actually try to go for some type of smaller execute here if they want to try to play towards it. Raz is testing his luck over by Squeaky with that CZ. He's trying to see what he could get done, but not much to be found. In the meantime, though, Alter got basically a free walkout and a mid over boost, so he's already sitting in the cubby there, with the potential to push out up towards White Box and surprise against someone. If L4 is able to draw attention to that, then they could easily pull a player down from that A bomb site, since there's not a whole lot of pressure at A in general. They even have Rush inside of A main, so they know that there's really nothing here yet. So that could draw them towards mid, and this is where they could really impact a little bit more. And you could see Alter waiting for that opportunity, but nothing being found, and they're not making a whole lot of noise in this direction either. So ultimately, they are going to try to take it, I believe, towards A, but they still have players spread all across the map. Either way, that they're being bounced on wherever they do attempt to go. Rush almost picking up a second kill for himself as he brought T. Connors down to 10 HP. Raz trying to trade that out from the door back over here at Squeaky. It's actually Alter that gets that first kill, finally impacting from mid, but T. Connors is lost. Alter gets flanked out by Tarek, and it all falls apart pretty quickly. Almost a team ace from Cloud9 as well, just Stewie getting the double kill there.
Yeah, and it's going to be a pretty much clean round on this one as well. They all are going to be having blocks and stuff, so should be a clean round for C9 to stack their economy.
Nice little economy padding, a stat pad around for Cloud9 too, probably. So they're going to need that after they lost the first map here. But for L4Org, their players still splitting up. They're not trying to go for any sort of rush play or anything like that. They are basically still playing into what could be considered a default in this situation, I suppose, with players inside of Sunroom just waiting out for any aggression on the CT side and a few more stacking in mid, doing very similar things. But they get a little bit aggressive there, trying to peek out. Was attempting to do some damage against the players from Cloud9 in mid, but not finding anything there. So now Tarek and Stewie, a bit impatient about this situation. They are just going to push back out. Let's see if they get these kills there. They get 2. Did they suspect the third? I don't even think Stewie realized. Actually, I think he did realize the shot came from behind. He just didn't care about it. So push forward, got at least one more kill. Aesthetic, nicely done. Got not only Stewie, but also took down Tarek a couple seconds later too. So puts this down to a 2v3. Rush, though, is going to be moving out. He'll find Raz, and in a second, he'll spot the bomb too, leaving only Aesthetic in this play, completely detached from that bomb way over here in the B bomb site, while the bomb itself is, as you saw before, back in Garage. He's going to have to hope that he can upset here in a 1v3 scenario, and there's the one. 2 more to go. But he only has 45 seconds now to route back over towards mid, pick up that bomb and plant it, or obviously kill the other 2 players here. Swag is going to see him come from a mile away, though, over here outside of Z. And that's a pretty easy 1v1 for him to win, so Cloud9 does secure the 3rd round, but it is a lot messier than I think they anticipated.
Yeah, it was costly for sure. They all had Glocks at the start, like I said, and then they still got 3 kills, so that was good for them.
So, at least a little bit of damage to keep things in control for L4Org, because again, they get onto the first gun round, and they really do need these guns for the firepower here. Well, they've been able to impact on some of these eco rounds. They haven't been doing the greatest job of outright upsetting them, with 1 or 2 exceptions maybe. Look at how quickly they're going about this again, just straight into the A site. In fact, both the defenders here just fall back inside of Squeaky. They set up for a retake, and it's working out great so far. 1-for-1 trades. Cloud9 still has a lot of positions. Tarek's got to be careful, though. He can overextend very easily and find himself dead, like he just did right there. Swag, though, also suffers from the same fate, trying to go outside of the smoke. So Stewie's got a 1v2 to try and clutch out. The good news is, though, he's got Aesthetic low, and I think he knows that. And Hydrex not doing much better, down to about 50. So we'll try to sneak back up onto this site. What he may not know just yet, though, is that both the L4 players played this in a pretty smart fashion, because obviously this happened right at the start of the round. They both fell back, and I think they're going to be trying to wrap back over towards that B site, where hopefully they have better odds of just getting a free plant and trying to win out the 2v1, where they obviously have the positional advantage and everything. And that's exactly what they've done. So Stewie realizes what's happening. Obviously doesn't catch either of the players on their way over towards the other site, but at the very least is going to be able to quickly circumnavigate into the vents. Vents is going to be a little bit risky, though, as his first opponent's waiting for him here. Drops down, gets the quick shot on Aesthetic anyway, takes him down, and now 1 remains. It's Hydrex playing back over here by the generator and head glitch spot. He knows Stewie's coming from vents. Just has to hide this one out. You can see the tinge from the molly there. It's not doing any damage to him just yet, but forces him out enough to where Stewie's able to find that 2nd kill. Closing out in the 1v2. And even gets that spray on the ground, too. Nicely done. Cloud9 will go up 4-0.
Yeah, I don't think Stewie actually saw him there, but someone on his team must have called that he saw him on his crosshair, and he just readjusted, got the 1v2.
And so, L4Org are not going to be able to get that nice early start they've been able to find on the previous 2 maps. They're going to have to lag behind a little bit, but at the very least with that plant, it seems like it gave them enough cash to buy again with, I feel like I'm saying this way too often, very limited utility though. Smokes, flashes, that's basically, they have 1 molly sitting on Hydrex and a decoy, which is not really too much to be mentioned there. They're really going to be lacking in that. They have to rely on firepower alone, which has diminished quite a bit as the series has gone, and Cloud9 have learned more about these players. They've started to counter them out much better, and some of the crazier plays from L4 aren't having as much success as they were back on map number 1. But it's still nice and slow. Basically just your standard T default here for L4Org, as they keep most of the player base in Garage. I think they have 1 over Boost. Actually, no, excuse me, no one on Boost right now. Just the mini-map's hard to read. Altu's going to be inside of mid with the rest of his teammates, but after they do get smoked out, they do decide to push in towards mid here, and are going to challenge this. Skadoodle waits at the edge of the vents, and oh, misses his first shot, so he's going to go down to Hydrex. That needs to be a quick rotate in the other direction. Tarek, same fate, only able to get 1 here. At the very least, he gets that one compared to Skadoodle. Now, all of a sudden, it's a 3v4 retake. Cloud9 are going to try to go right for it. Rush completely lost as he goes in. Doesn't realize that Raz is shooting down from a small corner right underneath of the heaven spot. So both of those guys go down pretty quickly, and that'll be Raz's 2nd and 3rd kill. Stewie, obviously, there's not much that he can do now. 37 HP, 0 utility, an op to boot to try and take this retake with, so he is going to fall back and look to save. And L4 are now going to get themselves onto the board.
Yeah, that was a good pinch by L4Org. Tarek got the 1 trade off Skadoodle after Skadoodle missed his shot, and then they just pinched him from mid. I think that retake was a little forced, though, by C9. They should have took it a little slower, I feel like, and maybe thought about saving into the next round.
Definitely still getting that feeling that Cloud9 feel like they can just go right in and out-aim a lot of these players in situations, regardless of if it's like an impossible situation like they had put against them there.
Because, yeah, if they would have saved, they probably could have bought this round. So.
But that's not going to be the case anymore. So the biggest buys we'll see, of course, except for the save from Stewie, are going to be the 5/7 armor pickup from Rush. And then we have a couple P250s. Swag doesn't buy anything at all. So it's pretty preserved here from Cloud9, and they're going to be relying a lot on Stewie to do the damage, but thankfully starts it off well. Gets that first kill. Alter does move in, trading it back out as he finds Rush in mid. Now they're going to drop in quickly. Tarek surprised with one from the corner, but again, short-lived too. Just one and done spot from that position. And now Stewie, he's got a hold. This is his Alamo here. He's got to try to make sure he doesn't get pushed outside of it, and so close to hitting another op shot, but misses it. And so Connors is going to take him out of the picture. Swag, obviously, again, P250, that's all he has. There's not really anything he can do besides post up for an exit. So this is going to be a second one for L4Org.
Yeah, I feel like C9 is going to be pretty tough with this new lineup. They're going to be pretty tough on these rounds where you have just one op and 4 pistols, because like their whole team can like pick up the op and just do damage. So if like Stewie gets a kill but he dies, then Tarek can pick it up, or Skadoodle. They can all pretty much op, so...
Swag trying to go in there to pick up the AK, but gets dropped by T. Connors before he's able to actually get away with it there. So a nice little line to make sure that I don't let any additional weapons get away. It's going to be a full 5-man rebuy for Cloud9 here in the 7th round. But it does put them back up into having an op. Utility is going to be pretty standard here for the CT side. It's L4Org that definitely has the advantage, economically speaking, but that can be broken pretty quickly with how heavily L4Org are buying into these rounds. You can see that really only Alter and maybe one of their player are going to be in a good enough position to fully rebuy if they all get dropped here, so they've got to be a bit careful. As again, Cloud9 is still not a team to be trifled with, and that's the reason why right there. Skadoodle quickly peeking out from the white box, finding one. Swag surprises out from the sandbags. Unfortunately, he just tries to cross and go back over towards the A site right after that, so I wasn't expecting to find another player up on top of boost. So there's a trade that works its way out. Still 3v4 disadvantage, but Cloud9 completely ditched mid. And they are going to let L4 get back control over the bomb, which they lost it a moment ago. And it's Hydrex. That's the only one that's yet to see combat just yet. Waiting over here by Squeaky. Popped the door open, but didn't peek it or anything. So he's now fallen back, and I think he's going to group with the other two from L4Org. Like I said, they still have to go... Pretty sure that... Yeah, the bomb's down on the other side of boost. They do have to go out towards mid. But like I said before, there's nothing there. They just haven't found that out yet. I think they're still worried about Skadoodle being back over there by the white box, so they take it a little bit slowly, just so they can make sure he can cleanly pick this up without any chance of him being clipped off there. He's even going to smoke it, too. So this is... They're going to feel a little bit bad about taking all this time when they look back at it. But regardless, they get it in a nice clean pickup. They fall back. No one's going to be able to trade them out. And more than likely, they're going to take this bomb over towards the A site. As Rush sits here waiting for it, as does Skadoodle, but Skadoodle paying attention to that push from Highway. Not going to have anything to deal with here, so it's all on Rush to start off this fight from within the site. Mort moving in here now. He's stuck behind a smoke, actually, so he can't really impact. It goes over to Skadoodle, who's going to find one. Rush with the second. Skadoodle tries to get that knife kill, but Hydrex finds him. It's actually Tarek that wraps in, as Hydrex got both of the original site players. And Tarek took him down before he could get the plant.
Yep, but that's another round for C9, putting them at 5-2, and looking for Org is going for the 4 spot here. Using all their money, double up setup.
Including a glass cannon out too on the Raz. He doesn't even have armor behind us. And Alter's just going to be on a Tech 9. But starts off well, apparently, as Aesthetic gets himself right under the mid. He's able to find Skadoodle, takes him down. So now, Aesthetic... for that second shot too. I think he knows there's a guy in white box. It's going to be Swag looking to challenge him from here. He's got a little tiny corner to watch out for players actually going out of the garage itself. He's not really too interested on the player on boost currently. You could see him kind of jiggle peeking safely just to make sure no one actually went out from the cubby either over boost, since he didn't have eyes on that one, but didn't spot anything. So now he's going to fall back to the site, get ready to defend for an A play, which is a pretty good read considering the current setup from L4Org, but at the moment they are still basically in a default here, so this could change up to either way if things go badly on the initial hit towards A, or if obviously they get some intel that suggests it's as well defended as it currently is. And oh, Aesthetic Stewie! I think he might have messed up that jump slightly as he was out in the open for way longer than he needed to be. Aesthetic takes the bait on that one, gets the kill. Swag with a trade back inside of A main, though he finds Alter, and now Rush gets the beautiful double kill lineup. So unfortunate for the L4Org side of things, as they had a massive advantage to play off of, and now they've got to come back. Thankfully, they catch Tarek unawares to the situation in mid there, brings it back down to a 2v2. Aesthetic already with 3 out of the 5 kills in this round alone. Now Rush going to be trying to swing back out, but all he does is flash his teammate on the way out there. So it gives L4Org a little bit more room to maneuver. Rush, though, picks up the kill, and inside of the smoke, finds the second one to close close out on the round for Cloud9, giving them a 6th and resetting the losing bonus.
Yeah, looking for Org got that opening pick, which was huge, but then it looks like Rush caught them like in some confusion and killed 2 in the A main there. But that was a nice round by Aesthetics. He got 3 picks, opening up the round for his team, and then Rush said no, pretty much.
And L4Org are again on a full save here. P250s for 2 of their guys, just a couple Glocks as well besides that one. Very lightly bought. I expect Cloud9 to take this round with relative ease. We'll see. Again, slow play from L4Org, and this is really what they need to avoid in these situations, but if they are going to go for it, they will just walk right into the belly of the beast. Hydrex next to go down. Yeah, Tarek just pushing out, gets 2 more kills. Aesthetic in mid. Not going to be much of a match either. Just Shift walking out there. Swag will take him down quickly, and a 7th up on the board here for the C9 roster. Has no problems at all closing out against those full saves from L4Org.
I would like to see some fast pace from L4Org. Maybe like throw the B nades and then explode through the smoke, or fast boost over mid, something like that.
Well, they've got themselves, again, setting up for just the default. The problem is, though, is that Cloud9 knows this is the case. They have them falling into a pattern. They have done not really anything in mid this time, actually. They've completely avoided it. The opener, anyway. They do have presence in Garage, and Aesthetics up on top of Boost. But as far as utility usage is concerned, L4Org have not really done anything in mid in the opening round. They are keeping it nicely placed them well back. However, Hydrex is first to strike here. Pushing out towards those B halls. He does catch a player inside of Checkers, which is going to, leave the B side open for the taking. And in a moment, L4Org is going to see this. Swag is in the process of rotating over here towards Heaven. But he's going to have to get there quickly, as L4Org is already moving in to investigate the site, and they're seeing that it's, for the most part, except for Platform, obviously, that it is wide open. And in a moment, they would have detected Platform too, but Swag arrives just in time, is able to catch Hydrex, takes him down, and now they are going to continue to try pushing back into this one, but the players in mid are going up against this massive mid stack here now from that T-side. Rush, Tarek both picking up kills there, more rotating into the vents. Alter was able to trade on the Tarek, but it's still 3v2. Rush leaping in, catches an already injured Alter. They know where the last player's at in the corner, so it's a quick peek from Skadoodle and Heaven to close out the round.
Yeah, that's a 4-win streak for Cloud9. I feel like L4Org is in the opening picks. It's just the decision after they get the opening pick. They just seem a little lost. And they're a little early on his own that round, and it cost them.
Yeah, they basically had the B site. It was just the fact they never really recognized that the platform itself was open, and then not paying attention to Tree Room. Swag walks in and causes chaos, and I imagine the comms got pretty crazy at that point too, which torn things apart pretty quickly. If that didn't happen, then they probably would have easily called it to, like, yeah, just roll into B, and everybody would have had a pretty easy time getting inside of that site. But
yeah,
the lack of mid control definitely didn't help either, going against that big stack from Cloud9, as they looks like they tried to send quite a few of their guys through mid to get that bomb there, but didn't help due to the big stack that Cloud9 had. So L4Org, as we head into the later portion of the half here, buying up Deagles primarily in this round and already losing 1 to Stewie. He got tagged once, but Stewie's going to have his chance to pick up some more kills in a second too. As Skadoodle also knocks out Raz back over towards the A site. There's Stewie with 1. Oh, actually tagged through the wall, looks like. So he's down a little bit more now. Still 37 HP, so he's got a little bit to play with, but the pop flash outside didn't hit anyone. He tries to go for pre-fires. Doesn't exactly realize where the L4 guys are hanging out just yet, though. Now he sees them tagged again. His teammate moves out. Swag basically acts as a distraction there, and then Stewie and Rush finally pick up those last 2 kills and close out the round for C9.
Good usage of mollies there on that last guy.
And so a pause is going to roll in now. I believe this one was going to be from L4Org, since well, in the last 2 maps they've been able to string together a couple of rounds at the very least. This map, they're really not getting anything going at all. Like you said, it's now a 5-round streak going for Cloud9 after the last round's victory. So they're letting them get away with quite a bit. And, L4 aren't even getting plants anymore either. They did an okay job of that on the first gun round, and then won the next 2 after that. But since then, since they got reset after round 6, it's just been Cloud9 pretty much crushing them. A couple of close shaves with like 2v2s and whatnot, but they've still handled it without letting L4 even get the plant. So their money is not really in the greatest spot either.
Yeah, and I think this is the first pause we saw since this best of 3, right? I think this is the only pause.
First pause in the whole best of 3.
Yeah, so I'm assuming it's from the L4Org side. They're trying to figure out what they got to do to get the last couple of rounds, because it's 9-2. It's definitely like save this half and go into the next half and win the pistol and just grind it back. So
yeah, if they can still bring this back, even something like 10-5 or 11-4, and then win that pistol, that's going to be the big thing, though. Because like I said, like we've noted many times, Cloud9 have been pretty much flawless, or they have been flawless with pistols so far in this best of 3. They've won every single one so far. So I'm imagining that L4Org as well are kind of panicking a bit, as they know they can't guarantee themselves a pistol and have to rely on upsetting the second round potentially. So this could be some jitters getting into them now. The slower pace, like I said, is definitely not helping them either. That's a change up from what we were seeing earlier.
I wanted to see like a faster pace, but now we see double op coming from them. So I'm assuming Raz or Athletics will pick one side of the map, and we'll just both pick up both sides of the map and try to get kills. So.
Cloud9 aren't really being super aggressive though, so I don't know if they're going to be able to find much with these double ops, at least in the early round. They're going to have to be the ones that have to push out and look for players at more of the default CT angles, like over towards like white box and Z and mid, and obviously some of the other spots across the map. But they've had pretty low success rates on getting those kills so far in this map. So I feel like they're going to struggle with this, even though they have the double ops, which they had once before too, and it was bought in the same way, where Raz was on a glass cannon buy. So it's a very similar buy to what we saw a couple rounds back. And like I said before, I believe they lost this round the last time they attempted to do this.
Yeah, it seems like they're just going to try the same attack. Just maybe it's a pause to like catch their breath, just catch up on what's happening, what's happening on each side of the map, and then go from there.
Well, it's on pause now, as I think the time has expired, so we're going back into it, and we shall see if it's going to be possible here at all for L4Org to try and scrap some of these rounds together, saving this half for them. They do have a few players on Cloud9 getting a little bit lower, but quite a few of their others, such as Skadoodle and I think Tarek, have an excess of cash, so they're also in an okay position for these next couple of rounds here. Static trying to go for that opening pick, but not going to find much. And on the Cloud9 side, they've kept the aggression going. And actually, no, look at this. This is going to be a lot more straightforward, but they're set up for it anyway. Two men right next to each other. Swag and Rush dominate the playing field over towards A, taking down 3 players right at the start. They drop the bomb, too. And now all that's left are the Oppers, both of which are stuck inside of A main, completely smoked out. No vision. Very little intel about the situation. Raz almost just getting shot through the smoke, if you heard that bullet properly. And Raz, well, he thought he had a little bit of an angle to play off of through the smoke, but it's gone now. Not only that, but he got mollied out of it too, so he's going to have to pull away from this engagement. Aesthetic trying to push back out. He flashed it, but he missed the shot! Should have been a free kill. Couldn't get it, though. And now it's just Raz. They know he's in A main. I think they're going to try to push a crunch of this guy. They don't care too much about giving away these deaths, and Raz knows it. So he's, a smart move from him. Just throws away the op. I think it actually bounced over, though. Yeah, I just heard it fall. So Swag. Oh, Swag is going to jump up there anyway. All right. Gonna move in, and I'm definitely not gonna believe that Raz was expecting that one. So Swag walks up there, takes down Raz, and it's a pretty quick end of the round for Cloud9.
Surprised they went for a rush with 2 ops. I don't know. It seems odd to me, but definitely did not expect that at all.
Yeah, definitely didn't throw Cloud9 off, however, because they had that perfect setup for Rush and Swag to just completely kill all the riflers, and then it was just a matter of knocking out the Oppers, making sure they couldn't do anything with that, and that's exactly what they did. And of course, Swag having the nice little jump, the KZ practice there at the end of it. So Cloud9's still going to sit up in actually a pretty similar way this time. I think the problem last time was they were trying to go for the boost, and that's why they ended up next to each other. But obviously they got interrupted by the rush. Now they actually get to go for this stack. And so the question is if L4Org realized what they were doing in the last round and are now going to be trying to counter this out. And yeah, Raz is looking for it. I believe he's trying to spot Swag up on top of Shroud Spot right now. So Flash goes in. Goodbye to Swag. At the very least, they counter that back out. They read into that play, but now Rush picking up one. Tarek covering the opposite side, but oh, Rush actually re-peeking after he loses Tarek while he was already at low HP. So that's going to leave Cloud9 pretty heavily injured, actually, and this re-pick's going to be a bit rough here. Now, they got a molly on Skadoodle to play with, so they can definitely toss that back over towards Forklift or something, but, I mean, Stewie's gone down now, too, so this is going to be a pretty rough retake for Skadoodle to try and clutch out in a 1v3. Not even really being given a whole lot there, too. Sees one player jumping, but that's, I mean, a pretty standard position. There's still plenty of spots that Hydrex could move to after that. It's not a huge victory for Skadoodle to spot him there. Raz still winning behind the Forklift, too. He's got that molly. He can burn him out, but he's not.
And Aesthetics is on the flank as well, so Skadoodle decides to save.
Raz is just going to swing out and headshot him at long range, though, so it takes him out of the play. And L4Org finally getting another one up onto the board. 3-10. Still lagging behind by quite a bit here, but Now, if they can keep this consistent, if they can accomplish the same feat again, like I said, they can definitely bring this back to something like 10-5, and that's very easily recoverable on CT side of Cash.
Yeah, that's the goal, 10-5 at this point. Raz, they kind of just like, it wasn't really like a scrimmy play, but they just exploded last second. Raz made some nice shots and opened up the round for his team.
Well, it's Raz again that opens up for his team this time as he moves in, taking down Rush nice and early. Cloud9 still stacked with 2 on that B bomb site though, so it's definitely not going to be as easy to push in and take out the remaining players as L4Org might be thinking right now, but they're biting on it. They've got most of their players rotating over here towards that B site in this direction. The bomb in the hands of Raz after he got that initial kill. And now they have to take down the remaining players on that site. And deal with mid presence too, as it looks like they're trying to vent split, but they don't have any mid control to go off of for this vent split, so it is going to be a bit risky. Thankfully for them, Skadoodle doesn't really choose to challenge it much, and when he does, it's a missed shot. So they are going to go in pretty cleanly through the vent. Stewie, though, and Tarek is able to shut this down on their own regard. Tarek from back inside of the box on at Checkers, too. So Raz doesn't get very far either, and there you go. It's another shutdown, just multi-kills coming out like crazy from the Cloud9 players. We saw it from Russian Swag a couple rounds back, and now we see it again from Tarek as he gets a 3K from that single position. Doesn't get knocked out. Huge loss for L4Org now, as their best bet is an 11-4. And obviously, as you can see, it's not going to be happening on the greatest buy.
Yeah, one Molotov, and that pushes Tarek out of the back checker spot, so I'm surprised they didn't molly back there, but...
And it's L4Org are going to try to go, well, after Raz has a... Raz says he has an unfortunate turn of events back over there inside of A main. The rest of the team is going to try to push in. They're hoping they can overwhelm it, as it was a pretty heavy stack on the site, but Stewie, regardless of that much pressure against him, still gets 2 kills, which is nice in itself. Hydrex, though, pushes forward, finds Tarek, so picks up that one at the very least. Rush, now also trying to find this kill against T. Connor. Really hoping for someone to peek him, but the Molly's going to push him away here now. And this is where things actually get a little bit more difficult for Cloud9. They can definitely still do this, and Swag, that's going to be an easy nade kill right there. Actually doesn't even get it with the nade, peeks it with the rifle anyway. Rush gets that last kill against T. Connor, so it's going to be the 12th for Cloud9 as they hold a massive lead coming off of this first half.
Let's see if Cloud9 can get their 100% success rate on the pistol round.
Yeah, 6 for 6. That would be impressive in itself. And we should start with that, guys, pretty quickly. L4Org might take a second and use the time in between halves to strategize a bit for the CT side, because like I said, they really don't have any room for mistakes. Now they've gone 3-12. I mean, they lose this pistol and don't upset in the second round, and that's already Cloud9 going up to 15, basically for free. And there's really no coming back from that when you're down at 3 rounds.
Yeah, you need the pistol or you need the anti-eco for sure to even have a chance at this match.
Otherwise, it's going to be Cloud9 shooting forward, and we will indeed get the expected result of this matchup if things go in that way. Just a bit unfortunate with the way this started off. Would have been fun to see this team upsetting against another big name, but
yeah,
at the moment, it's not looking likely. It kind of seems like they lost their way in the middle of the second map, slowed it down too much going onto Cash here. But here we go, folks, into that second half now. L4Org lagging behind after stealing the first map away from Cloud9 over on Nuke. They lost the second one on Train, Cloud9's own map pick. Now here on the third and final map, they lag behind once again, 3-12. They lose this pistol, and their dreams may be dashed of upsetting against Cloud9 and pushing on to potentially qualify for New York itself. Let's see if Cloud9 will indeed be able to keep, as you were mentioning before, that perfect pistol record. It would be 6-6, or 6 out of 6 if they close out on this one. Now, they split their players up, though, which is interesting for a pistol round. They are going to be sending
probably
3 around. The other 2 are pushing over towards Squeaky with the bomb. But look at this. They've left mid open as a result of this, though, so they are going to get pinched slightly. Raz moving in. 1 taps Tarek. But look, everyone is rotated off. They realize what's happening. They boost up an event. Raz sees that, though, takes him down. So it's a hesitant amount of control. And, oh, this plan's going to fall to pieces so quickly. The player base so split up. And now they're just prioritizing on getting the plan onto the ground. Skadoodle is going to be able to get it. Doesn't survive at all, though. And Rush, obviously, way too far away to actually stop the defuse from happening. He's going to go down to Hydrex anyway, and there you go. It's L4Org finally stopping Cloud9 from winning out these pistols, as Cloud9 is going to end up with a 5 out of 6 record on this series.
I wonder if C9 will force here. Got lots of rounds to play with. Save one and buy next.
They could even just buy up like smokes here and just try to rush in to get another plant really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just light buy. So P250s and Stewie again for the 1 Deagle. That's going to be all we'll see from Cloud9 this round. So definitely looking for that 3rd round buy, especially if they can get another plant here. That's the key, though, is getting that plant. And that will be the difficult part. But L4Org, after running out their players in mid early on, they do put them into more standard positions. That was a great nade tossed across, but an even greater repeat from Stewie to take down Aesthetic as he goes for those headshots and he hits one. So goodbye to Aesthetic because he does a backflip right into his grave. 4 remaining here now for L4Org. Mid is completely open. So that's a huge avenue open to Cloud9 if they want to try to utilize that really for either site. Skadoodle kind of lurking up over here, ready to push out and get intel as to what's on the A site. Should know that there's really nothing hanging out over towards Forklift at the very least, but following that, the CT side smokes him out to prevent him from really getting anything else done from that position. He's okay with that, though. He'll fall back over here towards the garage and get ready to group up with the rest of his teammates as they have now moved in and taken that mid control that was basically gifted to them for free due to the loss of Aesthetic. And now a few others trying to wrap back in. Raz actually getting Stewie when he tried to swing out and take him down too, and he's looking for more. It's at range, though, so this UMP has lost quite a bit of its effectiveness once you get at that range. But close up here, like you're seeing T. Connor's fight now, it's going to be much better off. And he picks up a nice 3K to make sure that his team closes out cleanly on that 2nd round.
Yeah, with this buy, Cloud9's gonna have a limited nades unless someone goes for an Tech 9. They're gonna have like smokes, a couple of smokes, probably no Molotov.
It's like a straight 4-man push at A main really on here from Cloud9. Not a lot of boost action going on. Stewie even abandoning the lurk towards B pretty quickly too. So, oh, look at this from Alter. The Alter moving in himself. They didn't see it coming. They got quite a few players with knives out. So Alter moves in, gets that 3K, gets the intel that's a rush. And now Alter, he's flashed actually right in the open. So Swag is going to be able to take down Raz back over towards Quad. And then Alter following it up. He gets another one too, saving this round all of a sudden as Cloud9 tied it back up down to a 2v2. Nate's trying to do some damage, but only knocks about 20 or so off of both Swag and Stewie, and that could be from earlier damage too. T. Connors, though, finding Stewie getting a bit too aggressive, so it's going to have to be the ace from Swag to clutch it, or it'll have to delay long enough for that bomb to explode. Right now, playing into Quad, they'll expect him to be back there. But nonetheless, Smoke's going inside of A main, just in case he's sleuthed in that direction. Molly's going towards the backside, too. It's not been enough to force him out of position, but still, he's got to be ready to fight, as both of them could peek him at the same time. There's Hydrex first off, but Hydrex gets the jumping headshot to take down Swag on the UMP and closes out on the round for L4Org.
Yeah, that play by Alter was what saved him there. He snuck into the A main and just caught him off guard. Looks like C9 was just going for an A main explode. And then Swag counters back with some nice flick shots. That's pretty insane.
12-6 as L4Org do get those first 3 rounds going, including what was the first gun round, obviously. So now Cloud9 have to cycle back into another half buy for themselves. Rush and Skadoodle won't even be buying. Rush, Skadoodle, and Stewie actually not even going to be going for the $500 pistols. They just go with P250s. Swag and Tarek will pick up the Tech 9s. And Cloud9 will get ready to push up towards the A bomb site, where it's Alter waiting behind the red box, trying to fight this out. He's going to be all on his own. Rotates are actually pretty far away, too. The closest one he's got is Z right now. And, ooh, gets caught switching out. Molly's the cross. Now he's going to be able to swing and get the first kill over here towards Fork, trying to play different positions. He's very smart about his positioning right now, and that's good, as it keeps him alive, keeps the guys on Cloud9 held back for a couple of extra moments here, and allows for these rotates to move in. They will be letting Tarek go into the site and get the plant at the very least, but this should still be a very winnable round for L4Org as Tarek has put himself back over here behind the forklift. He's trying to swing on getting these headshots with the Tech 9, but it is not going to happen. And we do indeed see L4Org getting another one here as they clean it with 3 left alive. They're going to get their 7th round.
Yeah, C9 was just looking for their bomb plant and they got it, so that's a win in their books. They got the money, they got the bomb plant. Might expect a double up here. See what they could do.
Wouldn't surprise us with what we saw on the T side, but it looks like they're just going to be keeping it to a normal buy for right now, as they want to prioritize utility, since Cloud9 also have themselves coming back in with a full buy this time too. Skadoodle having himself obviously to pick up with the op on that side, but it'll be him versus Aesthetic more than likely. Aesthetic's going to be playing in B site, though, and in mid itself, it's going to be Raz, I think. Oh, maybe not. They're changing up the positions as the round goes on here. Looks like it was going to be Raz and Hydrex, but Hydrex just wrapped over towards Truck, so they do have that extra man inside of the A site, too. Alter, still your point man for A, though, as we already saw back in one round. As he
Aesthetic's going to get going
through smoke. And look at that. Aesthetic pushes right out from B, finding Stewie to take him down. So that's the lurker dead on Cloud9. As Cloud9 basically just, again, went for this default here. Now they're going to crunch on A, see if they can make the play happen here, but this is very predictable. So L4Org, as you can already see, is having their own players rotate in this direction. The nade should be enough. Oh, no, it's not. Unfortunately, got caught in the corner, I think, so Swag stays alive. Throws the molly onto the floor, though, so it's going to restrict Swag from pushing out for now. And the rest of the team, too, as it covers off most of that cross. Now Hydrex gets into the fight. And Alter as well. A quick trade onto that second one as he moves in for Rush and shuts down all three of the players trying to push up from A main. Beautifully done from Alter. And it's L4Org keeping it consistent here. All 5 of the first rounds of this half have gone to them.
Yeah, it's starting to look possible here. Also, I want to point out on that A take, I don't think it's Tarek that keeps throwing it, but he keeps missing the forklift smoke. I think there's a gap in it, and Alter just took advantage of that.
Well, Cloud9 lining up for what's going to be a pretty straightforward rush into that B-bomb site, too. Hydrex, he's going to want to play this forward. Oh, and he's got a hole through the smoke, too, but so does Rush. Rush hasn't realized that Hydrex is there. I don't think Hydrex saw Rush. I could be wrong, but now he's going to spot the legs of Swag. Unfortunately, he's going to give him away and cause chaos here as he tries to fall back inside of Checkers. He got caught on something and now throws the nade back. T-Connor's coming in for the assist, though, and somehow Hydrex escaped that situation and stayed alive, but still managed to pick up 2 kills in the process. T-Connor's and Alter getting the other remaining 3, and a pretty quick closeout after they detected it was a 5-man play.
Yeah, I think Hydrex threw that smoke from heaven, and it's like a one-way if you hop on the box. You can see over it. But the pressure's on C9 now. I'm curious when we'll see a pause from them. Maybe next round.
As they do have another full buy coming in, but their full buys haven't worked out too well either. Obviously, their ecos haven't been going too great. But early on, even getting simple things like mid control after the first couple rounds in this half have become a real struggle for Cloud9 once L4Org started getting the big guns in their hands and solidified their economy a little bit better. Alter was allowed to just push inside of A-main this time. He's going to have a little bit of a hesitant battle versus Skadoodle going here. He sees that molly pushed out, but Alter fell back, so the molly's going to be enough to send Skadoodle outside. So, causing some disposition here. But Swag still waits in Squeaky, and now he knows he's got Alter as his first target that he can swing out to and relatively safely try to take him down. Alter right there, though, pops the door. The flash came in a little late, though, so Swag already knew that he was pushed from that corner and was able to, despite being flashed, lock onto the position of his opponent, taking down Alter. So, bit of a miscall on the communication from L4Org, and it's going to cost them a player early on in this round. Now the CTs will smoke it off, trying to prevent a follow-up A play. Cloud9 have not committed to this site just yet. They could very easily fall back and go B, but Hydrex tried to push in the other direction. Stewie spotted that one coming from a mile away, caught him down, and now L4Org are really going to be flustered here. Their players are split all across the map. They're hoping it's a B play, but again, like I said, this is just Cloud9 moving around looking for picks right now, so they have not committed in either direction. They could still push out into A, find it open, and send the bomb over there, which is probably what's going to end up happening, as I think Swag is starting to move out from the squeaky doorway and see that this is indeed the case. Tarek finding one, Aesthetic with the trade, but it's still 2v3, and both Aesthetic and Raz have both lost at least half of their HP. Now Aesthetic trying to hope someone will peek out towards Highway that he could punish. It's usually going to be Cardinal Sin #1 here, though, on post-plant T side for Cash. So not going to be having a high chance of that, especially now that Raz has been taken down. Rush finally goes for the peek when he knows it's safe, takes down Aesthetic, and there you go. After 6 straight from L4Org, it is Cloud9 that gets their 13th round, preserves their lead, and puts them just 3 away from a series victory.
And everyone chiming in there. Everyone got a kill there, so it was the team ace for Cloud9.
So nicely done by Cloud9 as they're getting back into it here. Everyone contributing to it. They still do have to whittle down the money for L4Org, though, as they're right back into it with another buy themselves, and this time a lot more aggressive in bid. Specifically, I mean, just looking at Aesthetic himself, pushing up to the counter boost spot with the op. He's going to be boosting his teammate up, obviously, as he goes over the top here. That's going to leave Aesthetic still pretty far forward as he re-smokes into Garage. Has the position to maybe fight against someone like Tarek if he drops down from that red box. Doesn't exactly see him, however. So just takes up the normal position by white box and waits to see what Cloud9 will do. And it'll be the same for Raz, as now he's going to get flashed over top. Finally pushes up on it. But there's nothing to be seen. You can see at the bottom left of the screen there that Rush suspects this play to happen, but Raz still comes out on top. Rush thought it was safe after the flash. Not the case, though, but Raz does get caught by Tarek, who has been so patient, waiting up on top of that red box for at least 20 to 30 seconds for this play to happen. Now Aesthetic has seen the pressure working its way over towards Squeaky 2, but this is all a fake, and it's a beautifully played fake, as Swag doesn't even have to go out into the open, just to just jump across and throw these guys off for a few moments. Even he almost gets that spray against Adder, too. Takes out 90 of his HP just through the door. So that's massive damage being done against Alter. And now the rest of the team is finally moving in for the actual hit. They still have 2 here to defend, but it's a 1-for-1 trade at first, putting most of the pressure on T. Connors now. He's stuck behind a smoke. Swag catching one of the rotators. That's Alter found in mid. And now they can really try to pinch on this player on the platform. Try to take him out. And Aesthetic tries to help from up on top of Heaven. Can't get anything done. Connors whips on the initial spray when he finally gets out into the open there, but Swag is going to take him down too. Cloud9 winning out another round here. And now only 2 away. No reset potential for L4Org there, though.
Yeah, that was good patience by Tarek to stay on the red box and catch him rotating to the vent. And then that was good patience by Cloud9 just waiting out in the 3v2. There's a smoke in sight. They probably know there's one in sight, so just wait it out. Use numbers.
L4Org getting... the other players getting caught up there in mid. They have the AUG coming in, too, as they try to spot over that smoke. They can. Raz is waiting for action in mid behind that smoke, but he's only got a few seconds before they're just right in the open, so they're going to have to move positions pretty soon here, and you can already see them falling back to do that. Cloud9 still taking it nice and slow, though, just playing into their own default. Stewie's got... Oh, knife. Oh! Raz, for whatever reason, Setting didn't realize that Stewie was sitting right in front of him for a few seconds, but he had his knife out there, but apparently... his teammate did, so you could see him spinning around there trying to figure out what just happened. They get that kill, though, so no harm, no foul in that situation as the rest of Cloud9 pulls away from the B site. It's looking likely that they'll try to go for some sort of split into mid and A. As flashes start to roll out here, too. Swag is looking to do damage to the door again. Don't think he's going to be a successful... Oh, again, 25 HP. Nicely done. He's really good at doing that damage to the door, actually. Alter, he's been brought down a little bit lower as a result of that one. And Ken getting tagged now. 54 HP sitting on Alter because he keeps getting spammed through the door by Swag. And with time getting a little bit low, the rest of the team is going to get ready to crunch in here. Tarek is definitely going to be one of the more important players back over here at the opposite side of White Box in mid. Take out quite a few players if he's patient here, and we already saw an example of that in the last round, so we'll be paying attention to him now as he pushes into the site, and there you go. Immediately dropping around, that's the AUG gone down. Swag with another one. Tarek reads into the rotate from Z and knocks it Aesthetic, too. And now he's going to find T. Connors, so Hydrex, he doesn't have a chance in the world. 1v4. He's going to push up because of the scoreline and just attempt to make a bid for this one. Good molly going into the back, but ultimately, with that smoke in the way, he can't push any further into the site. So he's going to reroute out towards Highway, and I believe still go for it. He doesn't have a kit. I believe that there should be one up on the site. Otherwise, this would be very bold to attempt this with the time he has remaining. Still going for it, though. At the very least, trying to maximize economical damage done to Cloud9. Finds one. Does not check Forklifter A main just yet. He's definitely looking for the guy at Quad. He knows he's there, and he finds him, too. But it is going to be that guy in A main. It's Rush under this round that will end it in the final 1v1. Closing out for C9 and putting them up to 15 rounds.
Yeah, Hydric made it costly for them, but it's kind of a little too late. 15-9, and they're gonna have to force him to this round.
Well, let's take a look for L4Org, and it's a very similar situation to what happened on Train when McLeod got to the 15th round too. L4Org unfortunately run themselves broken, so they didn't end up with the greatest buy going into that last round, and that's going to be the case here too, as they did try to keep themselves in the match. Not really ones to try and play for the overtime, definitely wanting to try and win it out in regulation, and that's costed them their attempts to try and take it into OT now, as they aren't really going to have the firepower to fight here. But with Deagles and Umps, if they can get a couple close range fights going at the very least, they might be able to get an early advantage, which they can then chain reaction into winning a round at the very least. Cloud9 still splitting their players up across the map here as they play into the default, and it's working out for them. That's basically what they've been doing for most of the half so far, just slow playing it, getting picks here and there, exactly what Swag's doing right now, as he's already got 2 in that A-bomb site, and almost as a third, too. Alter again getting wrecked through this door spam. Skadoodle caught one towards mid, I believe, against Raz, and with Alter being as low as he is, it looks like he's just going to risk it with the push. Smoke got in his way, and spam through the door. Finally gets that kill. I think he did a combined like 100 to 200 damage over the last 3 rounds.
Yeah, he got a double kill through that door that last round.
But ultimately, Cloud9 does win out the match. They'll be taking it 2-1. And so they will get to push forward to take on either Complexity or the Renegades, as you can see from that bracket right there. Obviously, we haven't updated it for the last map just yet, but they'll be taking them on pending the result of that match, which I believe will be the one coming up here on the stream next. So be sure to stick around, guys, and we should have that next match coming up for you in just a little bit. We may be switching streams as well. We're going to get clarification on that, and then we'll come back once we have more info for you guys. So stick around, and we'll be back with the next match as soon as possible.